Okay, folks, today what I would like to talk to you about is paragraph structure. And I have a particular acronym I like to use for paragraph structure, and it is M.E.A.L, M-E-A-L. So let me tell you a little bit about it here. See if I can get it up. Okay, so what is this acronym? For every paragraph, there are exceptions to the rule, but let's just talk about generality here and what will normally make for you a very nice, strong paragraph. It's this construction, M-E-A-L. M stands for the main point sentence or the topic sentence. So this is the sentence where you introduce the main thought of the paragraph. Every paragraph should have its own idea, just one idea. Where we often get into trouble with paragraphs in weak structures when you start trying to cram a whole bunch of ideas into one paragraph. So part of the reason why I like this construction is that it helps you sort of clear away the clutter and start to sort of keep house with your paragraphs and really get them down to one idea per paragraph. Or 1 point per paragraph. So, and the main point sentence establishes what this 1 point is you're going to cover in this paragraph. Then we have E, which is the evidence. Now, you've been learning about how to paraphrase, how to summarize, how to do quotes. This evidence covers all of that. It covers your summary, your quotations, any statistics you have, any personal experience you have that illustrates the main point. And this generally works very well right after you do the main point sentence. Then, after the evidence, I want you to do analysis. I want you to explain this illustration, explain the statistics, explain the quote. You've already been practicing this with your framing the quotation sandwiches, where you have to then go in and not just write the quotation, but then add in an explanation of the quotation. So you say, in other words, dot, 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 dot. This analysis is basically doing that. It's just helping to put into your own words what this illustration means for the main point of your sentence or paragraph. So then you have your analysis, and then you have your linking back sentence. So this linking back sentence can do one of two things. It can either link back to your main point sentence, or it can link back to your thesis. But either way, you're returning to the central sort of idea of the paragraph and the paper. So I'll show you an example of this, how this has worked here in the past. So here's a really lovely main point or paragraph that's got really nice paragraph structure. So let's read it together. Early this year, the assisted suicide of 29-year-old Brittany Maynard brought attention to the controversial practice of assisted suicide. Diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer last January, Maynard was suffering. Toward the end of her life, Maynard experienced seizures, severe head and neck pain, and stroke-like symptoms. During an interview, Maynard noted, "I've discussed with many experts how I would die from it, and it's a terrible, terrible way to die. So being able to choose to go with dignity is less terrifying. I, like Maynard, believe that those who are terminally ill should have the option and right to end their lives with the help of a physician. Because of this, I believe that physician-assisted suicide or physician-assisted death should be legalized in the United States." Okay, so let's look here. This first sentence is a really nice main point sentence where she's setting up the main point of this paragraph is Brittany Maynard and her experience with choosing to have physician-assisted death. Then she goes right into her evidence here, and you notice what her evidence is. She's telling us about Maynard. She's explaining the details of her illness. She's explaining the reasons why she's chosen to do this. And then she has a quote, a quotation, which is a part of evidence. And you notice she's cited it well. She's given us the source material for this. And then she goes into explaining this evidence through her perspective, through her view, which is this next sentence. And this analysis can be more than one sentence. It could be 2 or 3 sentences. But in this case, this paragraph, she does it in 1 sentence, and it is enough, where she basically says, I'm agreeing with Maynard because I believe people who suffer have a right to end their lives on their terms. And then she has her linking back sentence in this case, because it was the second body paragraph in her paper. This linking back sentence takes us actually back to the thesis and the overall point of her paper, her essay. the anchor of her argument. So I hope that gives you some ideas, some good ideas about your paragraph structure. You all have worked with the hooks of the paper now. You've gotten that down. Now we're going to move on down the funnel and we're going to look at paragraph structure and making sure those are really solid. Good luck.